You see, my country has a lot of faces, and some can be found in forgotten places. You see, them oldest had youngers with neighbours in this Hungary town, Nigerian profound, and all driven and displaced in remote places. You see, my country has a lot of faces, and some are victims of false cases, exploited and rid of theirs in most cases, but raped and disposed by the same ones supposed to provide their safety. Pull the trigger, aim for a son with an excuse of a torch, shut dead in closed spaces. You see, my country has a lot of faces, and over the centuries my people have learned to reap the fruit from their family trees, from the low-class minorities to the working-class majority. And with that, it gave birth to a system relative in social ranks in terms of wealth, education, and power. Classicism. When treated better or worse in regards to our social ties, like any other form of oppression, it is the tendency to make a sweeping generalization about your people, such as, the poor masses are lazy. Or I quote your words in context, the youths are lazy. Put that tag on your name, real shady. Cause you see, one of the greatest diseases is to be a non-entity to all humanity. But welcome to our reality. The realization of this truth will play a monopoly on your sanity. You see, my parents were rolling stones to feed the fruits of their family trees. They were never on book cover magazines or reality TV shows, front seat roles or ITV shows. And you don't plant trees in the city. So at a young age I watched my parents reap the fruit from their family trees, holding on to the strings attached to fate, and on both knees praying that we seize the reality. Cause the truth is no one wants to live to suffer. We'd rather stick to grind than stick to rubber. You see, my country has a lot of faces, and a few I found in well-structured, highly priced places. I mean the expensive kind, Asso villas, real estate, the round-trip kind, where family meetings about tuition fees are not held at the beginning of every semester, or the sound of your next-door neighbor coming out of the shower, swinging his junk and singing a song. You see, my country has a lot of faces, and a few are found in highly classed places, elected in some cases, promises made but you switched up faces, and 4 years later we still see no changes. See, cause when you need support and it's with the poor you tend to call. And how many of our kids did you send to school? What did you do for our communities and the younger G's that adapted from hate and witnessed the toxic fall that hunger breeds? We ain't even talking about the losses or dispute drained from our recession, diversity gained from your ascension to power. Can you see the stakes are higher? Can you hear the cries of your people, the cry of a mother and a father, the tears of our sisters crying beside the coffins of their brother? You see, my country has a lot of faces, because we live in a system where the rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. Freedom after speech is a gateway to prison. Man, them claim independence, but their behavior is homogeneous. The great women because they standing courageous, love to spot me and tell me that I'm the guy that let a brother die. I wonder why. You wonder why the forsaken ain't got no repentance or for vengeance. You see how foolish and gazy the world is, hating man for standing and telling the truth, while you sit there laughing at those marching in the rain with the youths. You see our problems are bigger than the end of Sars, of which I truly understand. And all I'm asking for is for time and patience to create a path to reenact. Cause on this boat ride there's only one ride or die, which means I'm with you till the day I die. And as a poet, I stand for my people. It will never feel right to me to sit in silence to the crying of my people. I need each, any and everyone who has a voice to come join me, make a constructive noise. Trust in this course. Brothers in arms, let your voice be heard slowly but surely, of course. See, breathing is a luxury and I can die today, but this here are demands. We want better education and police reformation, and end to Sars as the first step taken. We want employment opportunities, better roads, and helping hands to those laying down on the roads. We want increase in salaries and decent wages. We want a better governance that knows and respects the rights of its citizens. I know there's a lot to be done, my people, but I want to see change like a shopkeeper. Now this tells me that life could be a lot deeper, and I can go around writing for days and rapping for days, but writing notes ain't enough. I need change. So put on a smile on your faces and never let the hardship change you. We need you, and I need you. So don't you dare die on me. Don't you dare die on me. And everyone's been asking the same questions. Who am I to address this? Well, who I am to be or not to be is an irrelevant question. So therefore I am. The world is my classroom, and this session is class.